What's going on, guys? Welcome to Breakpoints episode 13. We are currently recording live like we do, but instead today we are in front of a live studio audience, aka my chat. And I think the first thing we're going to talk about here, we're going to jump in. Well, I guess we're going to talk about how everybody's weeks were. And then we're going to talk about calling Shizuka. Did I say that right?
I think you said it perfectly. I'm not going to try it myself.
God,
I
I
love
love
it.
American education.
Shizuka. Sounds good. Sounds like bazooka bubblegum. Anyway, Sam, how was your week?
My week has been going great. You guys might have noticed at this point. I'm in a different location, or if you're listening to this, just the audio, you have no idea until I just said something. Maybe you have some kind of idea because there's a little bit of an echo in here as I haven't quite filled up the space. Hopefully it doesn't sound too bad, but
Oh, you're good, dude.
super pumped about the new place. Starting to get a bunch of it kind of sorted out. Got the posters up today, so it doesn't look like just blank wall behind me. Got that sweet, sweet Enigma poster right above my head, and it's just around the corner from Lyath, so he never has to be traumatized. It's perfect.
Just around the corner. You'll love to see it.
But other than that, I went to 3 different pre-releases this week for the Super Slam set. It's pretty fun limited. I can kind of see maybe why it's not going to be at Worlds, other than obviously they want to push Living Legend, because it's crazy swinging if you hit a good pool. I hit a good Lyath pool, and I killed everyone with like a 25 with confidence. Like 3 rounds straight. It was disgusting.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I hit like a 2 Cruel Ambitions, a Villainous Pose, and I think it was 6 different suspense auras. And so I was just like, oh, I'll go second when I win the die roll, vomit out aura. Next turn is like set a pump and play Cruel Ambition, and then finally it comes back to me and I hit Dome for like 25. It was just
That's awesome.
Every turn. It was crazy.
That's so crazy.
That's what you want to be doing in CC with Lyath, but it's not quite panning out too.
I'll let you know. I'll let you know if I get there.
But this set is really fun. I'm really having a lot of fun with all the heroes, not just in limited. I think that they did a pretty decent job with at least the fun factor on all these heroes. We'll see about how competitive they are as things kind of develop. How about you, Taylor? How was your week?
I went to 0 pre-releases. I just don't have time. I did play a lot of Talishar at work, though, and that was really nice.
Nice.
I've been playing a lot of RKO lately. I've been really enjoying that deck. Kind of reminds me of just, like, better Ira. I think I was really wrong about that deck, because I think in our initial, like, 2 weeks ago, we talked about that deck, and we were like, we don't really know what it does. And now we just know that it just does numbers, and that's just it. And it's actually pretty good at it, too, in my opinion. I know I give it like a high C tier, but it's probably like low A, top of B, depending on how much Florian's in the room.
Yeah, when Florian LLs, that deck is real.
Yeah. I have to, yeah. I know we've been playing a lot of it lately, me and Sam at least. And I heard some good things about your stream that you were playing it. Zach, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I played, I don't know, 5 or 6. I think it was like 5 games of RKO earlier today. And I played Man Sans List on stream. There were a lot of 2-card 9s. And like the deck just feels like there's insane value. Like, I don't know. Like, like, he's playing 3 pummels in his list, which was kind of like interesting. I felt like it probably should be 2 as to 3. I don't know, maybe you guys disagree, but like 3 felt very clunky at times. I'm probably sideboarding wrong more than anything, to be honest. But like, the deck seems really cool. It's a lot of fun. Like, there's a lot of like just good math. I don't know that, and like, it's kind of amazing how many people don't know what Fleshback does. So that was we had a couple of interesting fleshbacks earlier today. But yeah, the deck's really cool. It's definitely a lot better than I thought it was, because I thought the deck was like virtually unplayable.
Yeah. I mean, like every Mocking Blow is like 2-card 9 to 2-card 11. It's crazy.
Insane.
As long as you're turned on. Big Bully is just always great. Like you're doing better than Aurora math numbers. It's just all in one attack, and some of it's on defense. So it doesn't feel like it's like crazy oppressive. It feels like. As far as like the pummels are going, I know I'm not the biggest fan, but some of our team members like the pummel.
Yeah.
It does play really well if you're trying to like arsenal it and have a vigor float and hope to draw either into like a CNC and you just play this like 2-card CNC pummel because it's how many vigor tokens you generate and you're a tunic deck anyway. But I was kind of with you on the consistency front where you have essentially 12 targets in the deck and they're not all good targets either because Big Bully you really don't want to pummel that unless you just like have the absolute insane setup because that's like a 3-card 12 that you'd also have to have a pummel arsenal and then another blue or like an additional vigor and tunic up. So it's like it's kind of like Christmas Land a lot of the time to actually line that up.
Oh, for sure. It was cool to see the deck like work and like do its thing. Just like the deck felt clean. So it was just cool to see it like actually coming together a little bit. But yeah, I guess the rest of the week's been pretty good. I've just been doing a lot of Lyath testing. Trying to get ready for Worlds. As much as I enjoy Lyath, it's sad that the best part of the best version of the deck I found is the Guardian version of the deck. And I'm just like, I don't know. I was kind of hoping to like play Briar Guardian, I guess. Like, but it feels like it's not good enough. Like when you're playing all the pumps, like there's too much inconsistency.
Yeah, I've been watching a little bit of your streams with Sam. Even we've been like with like it was really funny because one night we actually had Josh Lau was going to stream snipe you, but you got off, and we were so devastated. Josh was like, "Do you think I could beat him with Olympia?" And we're like, "I don't know." I was like, "Stream snipe him and find out." And then you got off, and we were in shambles, dude.
I love it. I love it. Fun fact, I lost to an Olympia. I started my 24-hour stream today by losing to an Olympia.
God, Josh got his revenge.
I was playing Tough Nut. It was very depressing. It was a rough start to the day.
I gotta say, if there's any value deck that Tough Nut loses to, Decimator Olympia is probably it. However, I don't think either of you are going to see each other unless you're both in the 03 bracket. So...
And next to that Volda.
Yeah, next to the Volda and the Lyath.
Oh my god.
Oh man. Oh yeah, here you go. In your chat right there. Someone stole the Codex Ponder with the Steel Victory and RKO. That shit is so good. Steel Victory has been one of the most impressive RKO cards, just like out of absolute nowhere. It's just like the value you give them that sometimes is bananas.
I have hated playing against that card so freaking much when I'm playing Lyath. I'm like, oh my god, what if we just blocked 4? Or like, it's really like a 5 value card. Because you're taking it from me and like giving it to you. It's insane. Like, I don't know. Like, I hate that card. But then today when I was playing RKO, I blocked with that and I was like, yeah, you're my world now, bitch. Like, it was great.
Oh, stealing a Ponder with that is a high. Holy.
Oh my god, I haven't got to do that yet. That's what
No, yeah. Do we even do that in testing? And we're just like, oh, this is awesome. I love this stuff. This deck's so good.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh yeah, it is incredible. All right. So, before we get started in earnest in the podcast, this week we have 2 sponsors that were brought to you by, actually. First off is one that you guys hear pretty regularly, especially those of you with us in Zach's chat right now. Codex Journals has sponsored us. And our affiliate code will be in the description below, but you can get a Breakpoints themed Codex journal now. It's awesome. Very excited. I can't wait to get mine in the mail and then show you guys in a couple weeks. Oh, I'm super pumped about it. Hey, there you go. Zach's got it.
Yeah. It just came in yesterday, and I meant to text you guys about it, but yeah, I've got it. Check out the Breakpoints Codex. It's really cool. I'm very excited to get this to you guys.
We love it. The second one is we're also sponsored by Fablazing, and if you guys listen to any other Fab content, you might have heard of them already, but if you haven't, they're a huge data site for Fab tournaments. You can get some really cool information out of the site where you can look at even like specific win rates of like cards that you put in your deck to see if they kind of actually impact matchups a reasonable degree, if there's actually worthwhile investment in changing a few of your like tech blues or something like that. There's even, I've used it for go first or second. Some decks are a bit more nebulous, and that's kind of like a good guiding factor for that kind of stuff too. And it saves you some time, not everybody's got, like, that's something we cover pretty often. Not everybody has a team. If you are, short on time, you don't have time to test a bunch of stuff, Fablazing is a great place to get started. So, speaking of The data on Fablazing, though, one of our first topics for tonight, is we're going to be going over some of the data from the calling. It's obviously going on right now, so it's not finished. But from day one, we've got a bunch of data. In fact, we've got the win rate data on the side over here. If you guys followed kind of like our meta predictions so far, front runners we thought were going to be Gravy, Verdance, Cindra, Florian. You got a couple surprises in here. Dash.io, there were only 8 people that registered it, so it's a little bit of a asterisk beside it. But 68% win rate is crazy.
That's insane.
It's definitely something you got to keep an eye on.
That's great. Oh, that's so insane to me.
Yeah, that's nuts. And Victor's at a 56% win rate. Again, small sample size, but 56% on Victor is kind of crazy.
Listen, I'm going from one gold main to the other, okay? Like, I'm just hopping around the damn family tree over here.
Dude, I legit had a conversation today. I'm not sure if it's cope or not that Victor is good right now. Because, like, you are still a dog to Gravy, of course. Gravy is still a great deck. It's a really hard matchup. But I have seen twice now in competitive streams, Battle Hardened Manila and now the calling Shizuka, where the Victor was able to fully fatigue a Florian. And I didn't think it was very doable before. I think there were a couple of mistakes on the calling stream today, but there was also a lot of draws that didn't allow the Florian to really take advantage of the Germinate endgame or like recycling Everblooms. I think the Victor did a really good job of actually managing life totals to stay below so they couldn't ever bloom back Germinates. There was a lot of like really technical things that I thought they were doing really well. The Skullcap tech I thought was really smart, even though it didn't actually come to fruition, but I think once.
It did once, yes.
Yeah. But other than that, it looked like a really good idea. I'm not certain if it's going to be great always, but it was really good, I think, like as a concept. So with all that getting started, I think one of the biggest ones and high sample size ones is we have Gravy and Cindra, both with a 57% win rate. Gravy over 158 games, Cindra over 186 games. Pretty decent sample size comparatively to the 35 for Dio, but those are exceptional win rates for competitive play. How do you guys feel about Cindra right now?
I am a notorious Cindra hater. As Sam is probably fully aware of this, and Zach's probably fully aware of this. If you're in a team chat with me, you'll hear my echoes of Cindra hate. But apparently this is just the right meta at the right time for her. And maybe that changes down the line, but right now she seems like a solid pick, as much as I have to bite my tongue before I say anything else regarding her. Yeah, how about you, Zach? I know that you've dabbled in Cindra.
So, I have been quoted a few times to my detriment saying that Cindra is the worst best deck in the format. Which, I think still feels pretty accurate. She has a pretty good Verdance matchup. She has a pretty good Gravy matchup. She has a pretty good Florian matchup. All of these are, in my opinion, slight favors. So when I say pretty good, let's not stretch this. I'm not saying it's a slam dunk. But I think all of these are slight favor matchups. And we saw a lot of Verdance. We saw a lot of Florian. We saw a lot of Gravy doing well at this event. So it's not surprising to me that Cindra is having a good weekend. If you are going to your ProQuest, or we're talking about calling Shizuka specifically, I think it is perfectly fine to talk about Cindra and how good Cindra is. We cannot sit and have the discussion around how good Cindra is for Worlds. There's too many things up in the air, in my opinion, that we haven't seen yet. This is one weekend.
Agreed.
Yeah, I think that's totally fair. I think you can go ahead, Taylor.
No, I was going to say, I think there's going to be a dramatic drop-off between the Cindra win rate between days 1 and 2. And hopefully that comes to fruition and I don't look like a dummy. But hopefully I wake up tomorrow morning and it has a 41% win rate and I feel justified in my hatred towards the deck. Or there's just 6 in the top 8 and I just look like a fool.
That seems to be a Cindra problem where she does fall off on day 2 very regularly.
Yeah.
I mean, I think a great example is my U.S. Nationals run. I went 4-1 in CC playing Cindra day 1. I went 1-3 day 2. Mm-hmm. I feel like that's actually a great thing. But There'll be one in top 8. Like it's inevitable. There'll be
You-
one that has a good run tomorrow.
Are you a
Or,
betting
I
man?
guess in an hour.
Are you a betting man?
Yeah, of course. My FanDuel account says clearly.
Whoa! I'm
Dude,
really wondering what
ESPN
all the money.
ESPN Bet, dog. Where I'm at. We need to be sponsored by ESPN Bet. We'll have those one-hit parlays every week, baby.
Okay, tangent time.
When we hit it big, oh man, if we get DraftKings sponsorship, get out of here.
Listen, those home run parlays pay off. Go ahead,
Okay.
tangent me, Taylor.
What if we started betting on fab players? Like, I would love to have like Will Hamilton day 2 worlds like parlay with like Michael Fang, 0-2 dropping. I would like that. Dude, tell me that doesn't sound fun.
I'm so in for this.
Just like, can I bet on myself? Do I believe myself to top 64 to like a 1-3 odds? I'm like,
Dude. Hell yeah, dude. I love this.
There's got to be
think this
some
is
way that
great.
you could do that by like crunching every number in, and you can't bet on people that have like less than 5 rated events or something. There's got to be a formula that you're able to bet.
Oh, they say
I
there's a
think it'd be
formula in
fun if
sports
there was a
betting too,
bracket
but
where
here
you
we
could
are.
only bet on players with 5 or less rated events.
Dude, that'd
Ooh,
be awesome.
that would be cool also.
That would be sick.
I'm just actually that gives me a good idea. What we should do for before Worlds, we should sit down and we get to do a Breakpoints Worlds draft. I don't know if you guys have ever done a fab draft.
If not, but I'm in.
Oh, okay.
Players.
Yeah, so what you do is you
Yeah.
pick players that are registered for Worlds, and you go, and it's like a normal snake draft, and you can set up your own criteria, 10 points for top 8, 5 points for day 2, and so forth and so on, and you just do a snake draft like you would just do an NFL draft.
I love this.
Yeah, and you just take whoever's registered, and so like you can go down and be like, oh, pack one, pick one, Hamilton, and you're like, oh, I got Pablo, and then you can like insult each other as your boy goes 0-3 drop on like Betsy fatigue.
Yes. Let's do
Okay.
it. Please,
Okay,
this
so-
needs to be an episode.
Oh, it will be, buddy. I have to figure out
that
how to
sounds
actually
so
edit
fun.
for like. I actually, it might be correct for you to edit that one because that might be like a video podcast instead of like a normal, like in here podcast. But I would
dude,
love
I'm
to
down.
dude, a world's snake draft. Oh my god.
It's going to be funny when Mr. Irrelevant is myself because I picked me to make day 2 of Worlds.
I think I would take you. Well, like if I look at London, and you had an okay record at Nats, I think I'd take you like round 5 or 6.
I'll take that. I could live
Yeah,
with
yeah.
that.
That's
You heard it
honestly,
here.
That's a good place to be,
Yeah, that's like that's like the sneaker picks too. That like if they top 32, you don't expect them to top 32, and then you just get buku points for it.
Exactly. I mean, like, listen, let's just be honest. None of the 3 of us are getting taken pack one, pick one. Like,
Oh God, no.
I got love for all of y'all, but like, there's Pintor, Hamilton, and Fung out there. Like,
Dude.
why are we being picked above that?
Dude, I get excited whenever I see like other people pick me, and I'm just on the draft thing. I'm like, oh my god, I've made it. Like that's like, dude, I'm like, I don't care if I'm like, pick like 9, and they're just like looking for random people, and they pick me. I'm like, dude, this is amazing. Oh, like, this is like the greatest thing ever. I'm on the same team as Pablo. Oh my god, dude,
I
this
think
is
we should
insane.
take this and turn it into a bet. And like, whoever gets the most points based off of like what we do wins the
Yeah.
pool.
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh, this sounds fun. Oh, this sounds real
This is going to be great. I
Okay,
love this idea.
okay. So now let's revert back to the tangent.
Back
let's-
to Cindra.
Back to Cindra. Okay, Zach, what's your opinions on Cindra? You talked about it being the best worst stack. Why do you think it's actually converting day 1 of this tournament? Is it because of the high Earth representation in Gravy, or is there something else that we're just not seeing?
I mean, I think part of it is because like there's a higher amount of Florians and there's a higher amount of like gravies and verdants that you're running into day 1. But also your day 1 chances of running into somebody who doesn't know how to block Cindra is much more impactful. Like you have a much higher chance of running into somebody in round 2 who lucked out their first win and they don't know how to play against Cindra and they've just avoided it. So I think Cindra, you kind of get like the what do you call them? The goober bracket, Taylor. I think you should refer to it. I think Cindra has a higher chance of winning games in the goober bracket than other decks do. So I think that's also a contributing factor.
I think it was your stream where I heard it the first time. Cindra is, I think it was an A tier deck with an S tier attitude. And I think that really epitomizes where Cindra is in the meta right now. The deck is like it's a solid aggro deck. It's not really doing anything special. Its big strength is that it threatens mask on 2 chain links, and it does like true damage to a lot of decks that don't have life gain or like incremental prevention. I think that you could, if Cindra maintains this level of popularity, you could tech your Florian deck to win the Cindra matchup. It just means that you're including like 3 of Haunting Rendition, 3 of Calming Breeze, and all of a sudden, like, that matchup gets a lot easier. Especially with how they're building right now to have life gain to beat out Verdance. I think it gets a lot more powerful in those matchups explicitly. That being said, sideboard slots to Florian are really tight, so who knows what you have room for and what you want to tech for like your local meta, because we are talking PQ season predominantly right now. There are a few other like major events that'll be happening in October, but for the most part, Florian might even just be gone in 4 weeks.
Yeah, that's my big prediction is that we will be a Florian-less Worlds. I thought KO was going to LL, but KO kind of dookie.
You beat me to it.
Yeah.
11%, right? Go next. To day 2, 11% conversion.
47% win rate.
Worse, right? Oh, no, it was 11%. Yeah.
It was 11% conversion.
It's
47% win rate, right?
It's stark. 44 people took it. Only 5 of them made it to day 2. Like that's a staggering number.
This is another one of those situations where it kind of feels like Slippy all over again to me. You know, like after the bans, I was telling everybody Slippy's going to be fine. Like Slippy's not dead. Clearly, I was wrong. That did not age well, and that's okay. It's not the first time I've been wrong about something. Won't be the last. I feel the same way about KO. How are we not winning games? Mathematically, you have such good numbers. There's so much consistency in the deck with Buck Wild and other things. Like, what is going wrong? I genuinely don't get it.
So Sam, you go this time. No, you got this one, buddy.
So I think the very first problem that KO has is that a lot of decks in the meta right now are super happy to just block until he misses on go again. And it happens a lot more frequently than you would think, even with the Buck Wilds in the deck. They're taking out a lot of, like, instead of Yellow Wild Ride, it's Red Buck Wild. And now you're not having as many, like, 6-3-6 turns. It's a lot more, like, 6-7 turns. And the deck just doesn't have the same velocity that it did before in that kind of regard. I also think that Florian just generally has a lot of ways to stuff the deck. The first Blood Rush that it wants to, it can face Purg. That's a really big deal. I also think that your Gravy matchup is kind of bad. There are no real good ways to clear a lot of allies. I believe Hayden on Arsenal Pass brought this up this week where Rigor Mortis is now a 2-card 10 again. Like, that's crazy in the deck. If you ever have, like, one of, I think, the more standard Conqueror of the High Seas lines, where you play a blue, play your Conqueror, summon either Sawbones or Rigor Mortis, that's like a 25 value 5-card hand now. And that's just not kind of something that KO can keep up with. I also think that if you are siding Anka into your deck, it's crazy bad for them. Because now you have Anka, you have this Rigor Mortis they want to clear, you have Chum. So whenever they draw their Blood Rush, if you have any of those on the board, it's horrible for them. It's got a lot of like really detracting matchups in the meta. I don't think it slam dunks Cindra either with the way it's built right now. I think you could build KO to be more mid-rangey, and I think that's where it's actually going to end up, where you have more send packings, you have more. What's the new 3-for-7 red that says on hit, reveal a card with power?
Strength?
I think maybe it's strength.
It's something strange.
Something. Hang on, I'll look it up. I've got it in my RKO, or I played it in Tough Net earlier. Hang on.
Strongest Survive. Survive is the
Close enough.
There it is.
Close enough.
Yeah, right there. So if you put a lot more of these cards in your deck, I think you actually get edges into the Cindra matchup and the Gravy matchup a little bit more. And I think that more like mid-range style where you can actually instead of trying to beat Gravy's face in, you try to fatigue it more. That kind of style is actually going to be the more effective style of KO right now. But a lot of people right now are like glued to Buck Wild is crazy, Song of Sinew is nuts. I'm gonna have this Blood Rush turn that goes bananas, but I actually can only throw 2 attacks because all my attacks cost 3 now if they have Go again. And I cut all the agile windups from my deck, so I don't have agility to swing the 2 cost ones with Go again. So
Interesting.
Yeah, so I'm actually looking at the data from the calling, a little bit more of the matchup spreads. And it's like KO has a statistical bad matchup. Of course, the sample size is only like 200 games or something, 251. KO has a bad matchup into Florian at 19%,
Yep.
Cindra at 45%,
Yep.
and Gravy Bones at 36%. And it's like, those are like, and of course, the mirror's 50-50. But if that's the top 4 decks, and it's like you're just running into your best matchup is the mirror, it's like, that's probably not where you want to be at for the weekend.
definitely not.
So it's interesting going back to what Sam was talking about earlier. Sam was talking about like if he didn't know if he was on cope, if Victor was a real pick. And it's like, I think Victor does well into a lot of the decks that's going on. Like it kind of does well into Cindra, and like I think it does well into some of the other aggro decks. But it has a very naturally bad KO matchup, and I don't think that's changed. Even though like KO's bad into the rest of the field, is it still just going to be popular because of everything else? So it's like, are you better off not playing it because now you're trying to dodge Verdant's Gravy and OGKO? Like I don't know. Like it's a very interesting like question, you know, because like I think Victor's in the same boat he was when I went to Singapore. If you play against, you know, Slippies and Cindras all day and Iras, you're gonna have a great day. And if you don't, you're gonna forget how to count Mancho Grande and you're gonna lose your winning. You know, that's just how it goes. So that's just what happens.
So I wonder if the Verdance matchup is still that bad without Plume. I think against maybe like really, really good players, it might still be that bad, but until like your PQs, it might not be. Pitch stacking and setting up the potion combo without the help of Plume is kind of bad. It's a lot harder, I should say. And I think the way the deck is innovating to be a lot more clash, destroy the top card of your deck with Millers and Peck Perfect, it's creating a lot of problems for Verdance because a lot of their whole game plan is to block you out, and if you get a couple of cast homes behind 2 different Peck Perfects, and all of a sudden they're at like 4 if they don't want to block it, or they block and lose 3 hands, it's really significant.
So I will say that in regard to the Verdance matchup, I have played 4 games of Victor into the Verdance matchup, post bans and everything, with all the new cards, with my updated Victor list.
Say it.
What?
Tell us your 4-0. Tell us your 4-0.
No, I wish. I'm 2-2. And I've run into the exact problem that Sam's talking about. When I play against somebody who knows how to pitch stack it, and I'm not able to set up the counter pitch stack of like Peck Perfect line, I'm not winning the game because they're just doing it better than me. But there was a game where I was able to get a combo piece off of Hammer, and I was able to, and when I buy a combo piece, I mean the
Rampant.
Rampant Growth, thank you. And I was able to get the other combo piece off of a Peck Perfect. So it's like, when you get some of the combo pieces, you can do it. Especially, I'm also only on AB2. Like, maybe there's a world where you want to be on AB3, and, like, it helps you fatigue them, maybe, or something like that. But if you play against a good, high-level Verdance, I don't think it can be done. If you don't get lucky on some clashes.
I think you're going to have to, at minimum, be running AB3. I think that's for sure. I think the Victor list that we saw on stream this weekend running Skullcap is probably the right direction, or maybe you even have, like, AB2 with a ceiling of AB4, because you can kind of modulate your life total down with them if you're fatiguing them well. I'm kind of curious how repeatable it is. The fact that I've seen them do it to Florian twice is very intriguing. I'm not sure if it's something that we can find in testing is like very replicable. If it is, then I'm like really interested. This might be a very real pick going into PQ season.
So, are you talking about like the Victor into Florian matchup? Is that what you're referring to?
Yes.
So, I actually think that matchup is now favored for Victor. I know that like beforehand it was not, and I know that's kind of a hot take. But like after talking with like Potch, who won Battle Hard in Manila, and after watching Charlie was his name. I can't remember. If I'm getting that wrong, I apologize. Win against Florian today. Like I know that Florian, had some like what we commonly refer to on my stream as jam hands, all reds, and like had some really clunky hands down the stretch. But I think that with Peck Perfect and with like Clash of Bravado and like the Skullcap tech was insane. That was really cool. So like I actually think you're a slight favor into Florian now.
So I think I want to dispel a little bit of the jam hand things. The way the Earth decks are built right now, it is crazy likely that like once a game you will draw at least one of those like awful, virtually unplayable hands. A lot of these Earth decks mathematically are built where you're going to see one of those if you go the full 15 hands in your deck. A lot of them are greedier on blues where they're running like 22, 23 blues, and you're going to see that happen. And a lot of the best plays in that deck require 2 blues. You're going to draw a Channel Mount Heroic, and you want to keep it on the field, so it's got to be an Earth Blue. There are more of them now that Germinate's back, but there's still not enough to kind of like guarantee that happens because you want the cards to block 3. So you'll have a lot of these plays where like you want to have the Channel Mount Heroic and an attack that almost always causes you to need to pitch for it. And then the following turn you probably want blues too.
I'm very surprised to hear that Florians are under 25 blues because I know for a while they were on like 28 or 30. Like they were on like quite a few. And so like to hear that they're down to like 20, 2 or 23, like maybe 24 is like kind of crazy to me. Because like that's a deck you want blue count consistently in. So I don't. Maybe that's something if Florian doesn't LL before Worlds, maybe that's something we see change if the meta changes.
If Florian doesn't LL before Worlds, I will force you to learn Kano.
Because like, but okay.
But like, I'm gonna be real with you. Like, if you look at like the top 7 or 8 decks, Kano's just kind of like triple S tier plus. Like,
if we're talking about a good meta spread for Cindra, like Cindra's the only thing that's like 50-50 for Kano at the top right now.
Yeah, it's like
KO
is
had
like
a good win percent, didn't it, on day 1 of Shizuka?
57, I think.
Yeah,
but
I
like,
mean, probably small games, like small sample size, I'm sure, but
yeah, but like, I mean, like Florian's like an auto win. KO is like a 50-50. Syndra's a 50-50. Verdance is an auto win. Gravy's an auto win. Fang's an auto win. Ira's an auto win, in my opinion.
I have somebody
Kassai,
in my chat right now saying that Gravy rolls Kano. So talk about that. Let's talk about that.
Hold on. So the data from the calling says that Kano had a 60% win rate into Gravy. So your Twitch chat needs to tell the people in the calling that.
So I think from someone who plays a lot of Gravy, Kano beats Gravy if they actually have tech for the matchup. I think a lot of people's testing was not with Kano having cards in their deck that says target anything instead of target hero. And
so like, what are those cards that do that?
Oh, there are plenty of cards. Any wizard card that's come out since, what was the expansion slots that started coming out right before Rosetta? Anyway, if it's come out from Rosetta on, for sure, it targets like anything. There are plenty of cards like
reading my chat right now. I see his ass. I see his ass. Sorry, Sam. I'm sorry.
You're good. I see people put like Internal Inferno in their sideboards specifically for this matchup because it's a 1-for-4 in Kano that says target anything, so it kills Sawbones even if there are 2 Sawbones on the board. It also helps you kill like the 4 health allies if you really need to, and you can kind of like modulate killing allies to lowering Gravy's health until you actually have a hand where they commit like. Because they're going to play all their blues and maybe they'll like cycle 1 in every time. But through AB3, you can chip Gravy down and kill allies pretty often, I would say. I agree. I would say that if I were to put a number on it before Taylor told me, I probably would have said it was like 65% Kano favored. So I'm not surprised at all to hear it was a 60% the calling.
So is there a world where like Kanos are using their instant speed ability to hit spells off the top and then like take Gravy's action point?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Kind of like Acilio does with shocks.
Yep.
That's like how I see it in my head.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like if your whole turn's like a 2-card something, and you're swinging in with like I have 4 cards in my hand. I was like, I'm just gonna throw like maybe 1 or 2 Kano activations, see what's on top, and if I just kill your ally and do you like 3 damage, it's like then I go to my turn with a card or 2. It's just like insane value.
Yeah.
Yep.
like
It makes like Rigor Mortis, which is typically one of your most math efficient plays, really bad. It's so easy to kill Rigor Mortis. Like Arcane Twinning is just like a card that's in the deck, like a zap that says target anything. All of those cards just like destroy Rigor Mortis. If you play Limpet still, it ends your turn. Like
Yeah.
anything like that.
So if Florian's around, I'm forced to play Kano, huh?
I mean, forced. Do I want to pick you round 6 instead of round 8 in our draft? Yes. So we'll have to like.
Would it surprise you if I told you that I have Kano put together?
That wouldn't surprise me with your name, Aggro Blaze. I mean, it kind of like makes like lore sense.
Would it surprise you if I said I have Kano put together?
A little
Buddy,
bit,
you
yes.
have every deck put together.
I sure
Of
should
course.
do, brother.
Yeah, I was like, what the?
All
Yeah.
right. So somebody call a therapy session for Sam is what I heard from this. I actually built Kano when I started playing Flesh and Blood because I thought, oh, this is Burn for Magic. I can just play Burn. And it's not. It's Storm.
Storm. Yeah, Storm.
Yeah,
I was
exactly.
Like, yeah.
Exactly.
Mm.
Not
Somebody
bad.
says, Sam, every deck. Like literally every deck. Even Max.
Yes, I do have Max. In fact, it's over here in the pile somewhere. But I literally do have Max.
Tell me you're a card player without telling me you're a card player. In a pile somewhere over here. I love that.
Dude, for real. If I can like pull the camera off, I've got like a pile of deck boxes here because I still haven't organized everything for moving. Because I was digging through my cards last night to put Florian back in like one of my boxes I like to play with because I got like storage boxes that like just fit the cards, and then I've got storage boxes that fit the sideboard.
Okay.
You what? Dude, that's insane.
Yeah,
I have 1 deck sleeved. I have 1 deck sleeved, and I'm just like, I'm like, this is
I'm
it.
pretty sure I've got like a dozen. So like for example, I've got like these like 1 boxes for like just storing cards. For the main decks I like to play, I've got the fucking academics.
Dude, my mind's getting blown
Sam,
right now.
Sam takes it to another level, dog. I will say, like, Sam takes it to another level.
Yeah, and then just for like general, like I'm interested in playing this deck, it's got like the sideboard on here. So you like separate it out. But yeah. This one's Volda. That tells you how deep in the sauce I am. This one's Volda.
Do you know what it kind of reminds me of? Is like, do you ever watch SpongeBob and he's like making burgers versus Neptune, and Neptune has like 1 million burgers, and SpongeBob has like 1 singular burger? Yeah, this is it. It's like, this is my like 1 deck. I have like little pickles tucked in with little smiley faces, and you're over here with your mountain of decks, and you're like, oh, you want to play Betsy Fatigue this week? Well, hold on 1 second. Let me go in the back.
No, dude,
like-
that's actually like a big part of it because I have so many people who like will show up at Armory and they're like, "Hey, I want to learn Flesh and Blood. I'm interested in this deck." I'm like, "Sick, I've got you. I'll go and bring this to Armory with me. It's already ready to roll." That's part of the reason why I just keep them all sleeved.
Well, you're such a good guy.
It is funny. I have Cindra in my bag almost at all times in case like a local wants to play like a high level deck. They can play Cindra. I currently have 2 decks completely sleeved. Can you guys guess what they are?
Victor?
Puffin, and Victor.
Victor,
Probably.
Yeah.
Victor is not one of them. Puffin is one of them.
Why is Victor not sleeved right now?
Because I had to take all the shit out of it for Lyath, dog. So I could play power plays and I could play
Can
choke
you,
slams
like-
and cranial crush.
Oh, so it's Lyath and Puffin. You finally put Lyath together?
Yeah, I played it in my armory Friday.
How'd you do, buddy?
Yesterday.
Talk to me.
What
was your
I
record?
went 1-1. I went 1-1.
Oh, dude, that's like the best you've done. I'm really proud.
Dog, 50%, dog. 50%, baby. 50%.
So
I played 4 games, 3 games before the armory started against a Cindra. And I went 0-3. Was tough. Was a tough
that
season.
sounds like right. That sounds about right. So I'm gonna ask you a question. I know your chat don't have the balls to ask you, but I do.
Y'all hear that shit, chat? Y'all hear that shit, chat? Y'all gonna take that?
So
Dog.
how much longer is the Lyath stuff gonna continue?
Dog, I told you all the heroes knew it has to be explored.
Buddy,
He
you've
gets-
explored it, dog.
you
like-
explored it a lot.
I've spent 1 week. I spent 1 week trying to like really solve the deck. And here's what I told. So in my recap video, I said 5 weeks. Here's where I'm at right now. I feel like I need 4 weeks of testing my deck to be ready for Worlds. So at week 4 in my 8-week series, we're going to decide if Lyath's good enough. If he does not hit that benchmark of me winning 70% of my games, we're cutting it and we're going to whatever the best deck is that's not Gravy Bones. I refuse. I won't sell my soul to the dead fuck.
Okay, so I'm going to start. So in 4 weeks, I will start prepping you whatever the best deck is, okay?
You better buy your plow unders and fellings right now. I'll tell you.
Yeah,
what.
dog. Yeah, yeah.
Jokes
You
on
better-
fuck, $7 a piece.
Let's go.
I opened 3 fellings in my case.
Oh yeah, dude, they're just like they're everywhere. They
Opened 3 fellings and a plow in my
ranked
case.
it up.
They're $10 a piece.
Yeah,
It's crazy. I love it.
$70 to less than 10 for most of these.
I
It's
didn't
nuts.
even need the creator grant to buy into Verdant's dog. Who knew? Like, come on.
Too soon.
Too
Too soon.
I know that joke's going to rub some people the wrong way.
Good.
I do
Good.
have a question for you, actually, Zach, in particular. When you are prepping for an event and you feel like you're ready, 70% on Talishar win rate, that's your threshold? That's what you're
So
looking for?
I've never actually put a number next to it, if you want the truth.
Okay.
A lot of the times when it's been testing for like an event, it's mostly been like do I feel good into this matchup? And the answer is not always like, I feel good because I'm winning. Sometimes the answer is I feel good because this is unfavored, but I know my plan and I know what I'm supposed to do every single game in order to have a positive outcome. And so, like, most of the time, my objective is I want to play my deck and I want to be able to sit down across from you and go, no doubt, I know exactly what I'm doing with my 80 cards. I know exactly how I'm playing the game against you. But since I am playing Lyath, this new hero that has, like, seemed pretty lackluster so far, and I'm also playing... Shut up, Taylor. And I'm also playing Aurora in LL, which just seems to be like a worse Briar. If I am not hitting the numbers I'm looking at, I will be playing just the best deck. Like, I have said this already. Like, I will play whatever the best deck is in LL. If it's Gravy, I won't play Gravy in any format. I just won't. But other than that, I will play whatever the best deck is. I'm dead serious.
4 rounds of Kano.
If that's what it takes to win a world championship, I am so focused.
So-
This is like, I'm
See,
not going to
why-
Pro Tour Japan.
Okay.
I
okay,
want to
look,
do
look,
well.
Why
with
do
this.
people say that stuff and then you're like, I will never touch Gravy?
Okay.
Say
So
what?
Sam's got a good point, and I'm going to make a good point, okay?
Okay.
I think that you being a slave to Lyath for the next 4 weeks is 4 weeks that you could be testing with a better deck, a known entity going into
3 weeks.
Worlds, and you are actually hurting yourself by doing the Lyath stuff. Now I don't mean this in a mean way. I'm just saying I think it is actually actively hurting you when prepping for the Worlds. And you're just like, I don't want to play Gray because it's too hard or something like that. But it's like, at the same time, you have to look at it from the other side. It goes, well, this 4 weeks could have been used on learning and understanding Verdant's, Florian, KO, and Gravy to a better, to a better knowledge, just being able to play against them or as them. And it would benefit you more than playing live for 4 weeks, having a 38% win rate at the end and going, well, now I only have 2 weeks to learn Verdants. Well, shit.
Okay. First
Because
off,
we've also got to split this time with LL, and that's part of the problem, too.
2 things. 1, it's 42% win, so fuck you. How about that? And 2, you make a really solid point. I'll think about that after the stream when I have some time to actually digest what you said.
I'm just trying to help you win.
I know you
Don't
are.
get me wrong. Your chats are very entertaining. I mean, your streams are very great, and I love them, and you're fun and cute, and that's
I feel
great.
like I'm being patronized like a motherfucker right
I
now.
want you to win Worlds.
He's mansplaining your deck choices right now.
So,
Yeah. I want you to win Worlds.
I want to win Worlds too, and I want to give myself the best chance. If I'm being honest, and I will tell you guys this because I tell everybody this. I hate board hero state decks. I hate it. I'm
Stop
serious.
playing the fucking aura that intimidates me every time you fucking do something in testing.
Okay, now
That's
we
a-
know
that's-
why he wants me to not play Lyath chat. Now you guys hear it here. You guys hear it. I'm serious. Like
I don't want you to jump off because it's like just a bad deck, but
Yeah.
So, I'm not disagreeing with any of that. Like, I'm really not. Like, I don't think that like it. Come to Jesus moment here. I don't think Lyath's that good. It's not impressed me. The guard, like, it can't be. No version of the deck is beating Lyath that I found. I was really hopeful that somebody was gonna like show me some cool shit at Shizuka this weekend. I have been sitting around hoping, and like the one Lyath O2 dropped, and I'm not in a spot where I'm like tinfoil hatting and I think that somebody's just sitting on this broken deck list for Worlds. Like, I don't think that's what's happening. So, I don't know. And like, as far as like the gravy thing, I don't think I have 6.5 weeks before we leave to go to Worlds. I do not think I can learn gravy in 6.5 weeks to the level that it needs to be played. Like, I'm just going to level with you. I don't think I can get there.
Marlin.
100%. There are other decks. I will play any deck that I think gives me the best chance to win that is not gravy. And I hate Kano, but I will play Kano. I will play Storm if I have
that's
to.
a reasonable concern. I do think gravy is difficult enough that that's a real consideration. I do think that you're smart and you could probably get there, but I don't think you also need to be at 100% to play the deck at a rate to like win, because no matter what you do, if you're winning Worlds, you're getting lucky to some degree.
Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But
You play against some shitters in rounds 1 through 5, and you call it a day.
shitters at Worlds.
do you know what my biggest fear is? Like,
What?
On God, my biggest fear about Worlds is that Cindra's the best deck, and I have to play that dog shit pile hero. That is my biggest fear. Is that I put the deck box in a drawer, hoping I wouldn't have to touch it until 2026. And my biggest fear is that I have to pull that shit out of a drawer.
That's so based, actually. That's like such a based answer.
Dude, my entire chat's just like, oh, Taylor's right. We should be playing things that help us win. Whose side are you on, chat? I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Look, your chat cares about you like I do, where we want to see you win Worlds.
I know.
And you playing Lyath is literally you punching yourself in the balls.
But I bought the Marvel.
Can I be real with you, Zach?
Me and Damien. The Liar's Charms, and the Liar's Charms aren't even in your list anymore because they suck.
Me and Damien had to reverse stream snipe you so you could win a game. He was like, we literally sat in chat with Josh Lau, and we're like, what decks can he beat? And then we're like, Cindra, no. This, no. Riptide. That, no. And then we ended at Riptide that you could fatigue.
If there's ever something that someone said to me that would make me cut off my stream, this is it. This is going to be worse than watching the Prism game. I'm not even going to make it to the Prism game. I'm just going to lay in bed and cry. And then Carly won't be able to sleep. I'll have to sleep in the fucking guest room crying. Oh my god!
Oh my god, brother. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Is that not gonna lie? That's so fucked up. Did you all ask to do this live because it's an intervention? Is that what's happening? Are you all trying to have an intervention with me?
Oh, holy shit. I didn't know
Is this why Damien played Riptide into me the other night?
Yes.
Oh my god. Dude, I saw that game. I saw him queue into you. I was like, oh, you could actually beat this deck.
I felt so good about that game. I felt so good about that game too, dog.
Oh my god.
Well, do we have anything else to talk about before I mope around until 1 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow?
You know the best part is
you still have to get your Lyath games in for today.
Oh my god! I've never heard Sam laugh this hard in my life.
Holy shit!
Jesus.
Oh my god! We have other topics, but that was really goddamn funny.
That was hilarious.
So, let's talk about decks we should and shouldn't bring to ProQuest.
If you say shouldn't and you say Lyath, I'm ending the stream and I'm coming to your house. I swear, on God,
Didn't say anything, dog. I didn't say anything.
you didn't
Nothing
have to.
was said.
That smug ass look on your face said it all.
She says the same thing, dude. She says it's a shit-eating grin.
Oh my god.
What are the best 3 decks to take to ProQuest?
So, yeah.
Cindra, Florian, and Gravy.
Yes, we're talking
mean, like-
about. Well, technically not Florian.
Yeah.
Verdance, I think, is the next
Yeah, but
best. Talking like just pure win rate, but Florian's way easier if you want to take it to PQ. But besides the point, for decks that were surprisingly bad so far this weekend, not Lyath, Ira.
This is worse than the
had-
Victor Shade. The only thing Victor's clashing with is side event vouchers. Shout out Nathan.
oh my god, this is a banger. This is an absolute banger.
Jesus Christ. So there were 14 people, including Shoma, who took Ira to the calling this weekend. Not a single one of them day 2'd. It was crazy.
Statistically insane. That is almost as good as when like Cindra had like 44 in the field and none of them day 2'd. It's like on that like level. It's like
Yeah.
How did none of them day 2?
Yeah. And it's not like just bad people. Like Shoma took this deck. It's crazy. It had a 39.5% win rate. That's just bananas.
30% into Florian, 36 into KO, 50% into Cindra, 40% into Gravy, 20% into Verdance, 20% into Fang, and it just beat all the other goober decks.
If you would have asked me what the most overrated deck was going into this weekend, Ira wasn't even one of the ones I was thinking about. Like that's wild to me that not a single one converted.
Celio did really well.
Decks coming in.
I think in general, Wizards are in a great spot. I think we're all in a line on that. Wizard is just a very good place to be right now.
The really funny thing about that is Celio actually has a really, really, really statistical bad matchup into OG KO for some reason. And I think it's probably Fleshbag on the combo turn.
Yeah, it's Fleshbag in the fact that you present so much damage and they just don't block very well.
Yeah, he had a 14% win rate in the calling into OG KO. He went 1-6.
Yeah,
Just
if KO
insane.
is like a big part of the meta, I don't think you should be trying to attack the meta with Acilio, even though it's really like compelling if the top decks are Earth, Gravy. Like that's just really good matchup spread for you at the top. But if KO is showing up in numbers, Acilio is just not going to get there. It's real bad. For other decks that didn't do well, that may or may not be surprising. Vincent, 6 of them showed up, not a single one day 2'd. Jarl, 5 of those showed up, not a single one. You've also got Riptide, not that surprising. Prism, sort of not surprising with how represented KO was in the field. And Florian, those are typically not the best matchups, and I think that Verdance isn't necessarily free anymore. Verdances have figured out a lot about that matchup, so it's not a
There
very
was
good
0
matchup for
Prism in day 2?
Not a single one. There's only 4 that
Damn.
came to the calling, but
Okay.
none of them did very well. What was Prism's win rate, actually?
Prism's win rate was 33%.
Yeah, so pretty poor.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Sorry, Kevin Murphy.
So, Taylor, how do you explain the 35.7%
Oh,
Moreland win
easy.
rate?
Oh, we suck. This is like, dude, like, I don't know. We suck. We all suck.
So, do you think that... How many Marlins were there?
2?
There were, yes, 2. There were 2 of
Do
them.
you think they were on, like, your style list, or do you think they were
One of
on,
them-
like, mid-range pile?
I know one of them was on literally my 80 because he started 3-1 and then just like,
Just fell apart?
Oh, that's rough.
Okay.
well, the scary part is, might be even in this chat, is that he is going to the calling and he like pings me. He goes, "How often do you play Lone Shark?" And it's like 10 minutes before round 1. I was like, "Oh, that's
Oh,
not
no.
a question you should be asking that you right before we play
Like,
this."
dog,
I'm like,
10 minutes before round 1? That's
yeah. But then they went 3-1 and then the wheels fell off. So, you know, it was whatever.
Woo!
So some sparks, but no flame, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Seems like it.
Went 0-2 into Ira. Come on.
Is that a good matchup?
Ira
It-
should be a good one.
Yeah, it should be. Even though it's a high defense reaction, it's like if you do hit and you take like a blue card, their turns are just completely. They just can't do anything.
Gotcha.
So it's like.
Okay.
Also, Tar Pit Trap is really good.
Yeah, Target
Um,
Trap's insane.
yeah, I think
What a card.
for me personally, the hero that did bad, well, not even bad, 50% win rate, 49.3, that I thought was going to present better was going to actually be Kassai. I thought that they might be able to squeak a 40% into Florian, 35, 40. No, they went 16%.
It's a pretty bad one because that new
Yeah.
card does not help the Florian matchup. In fact, I think it makes it worse putting it in your deck.
Somebody asked how many Marios made day 2. There was 8 Marios in day 1 and 2 made day 2.
They had a really good 52% run. They actually have the 0 undefeateds. It looks like Gravy was really their Achilles heel. They went 2-4 into Gravies.
Yeah, Gravy's a really good matchup into Mario. If like, I don't see a world where Gravy stops being a big part of the meta unless they ban another card out of the deck, and then it'll be like virtually unplayable because they'll take another consistency piece out. But in a world where Florian LLs and Gravy is not a big meta picture, Mario is like crazy good. It's like one of the best decks I think you could play.
Yeah, I mean, I like it.
Another deck that had I think I might be one of the only people surprised by it, but Puffin had a pretty bad win percentage.
You should not be surprised by it, but I like the way you think.
That's just because
I don't
Emma
know,
didn't get there.
That's what I was gonna say.
facts though. I don't know. Emma made the deck look really good. Like I've been pretty high on this deck.
So, are you saying four more weeks of Puffin?
I mean, I think at a ProQuest level, it's fine, right? Like at a
Yeah.
ProQuest, like you could definitely take down a ProQuest with Puffin, in my opinion.
Maybe
Oh,
maybe
yeah, yeah,
Katsu
yeah.
needs to be explored more. Katsu has a pretty good matchup here. You probably lose to Florian. You're
I was about to
50-50
say.
into Verdance. You're good into Gravy. You're good into Cindra.
How's the KO matchup?
I have to assume that. I don't know.
Probably
Last
not
time
that
I
good
played it
anymore,
was like
right?
I don't know. He's got a lot of tools.
It
he's
used
got a
to be
lot.
insane, but you also had Art of War and Bonds back then.
Oh, who even needs those?
Those definitely are some of the best cards ever made.
Maybe.
Somebody said yes, Katsu. Keep going, Taylor.
I mean, I like Katsu. I like this whole switchboard that they do where they're playing like Kadachis into Florian and you can just like 1 and 2 them to death, which has like been pretty good. Like I know that I've even seen like breaking scales into Verdance again. Just that way you get the +1 and you don't have to lose your sword.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of techs. I've seen Shuriken into Florian and Verdance.
I was about to say, I think instead of that, I'd rather play Shuriken in the deck.
Just why not both?
Do you need both? Maybe?
I mean,
I don't know.
remembrancing back 3 bonds is very powerful.
Oh,
Now we're
Taylor's
thinking with
living in
portals.
2050 over here. Dang.
Yeah, but of course, that's all just fun stuff. But regarding ProQuest, I always recommend. I think that if you bring Florian, Cindra, Gravy, or Verdance, you're probably taking a correct pick. If you're a specialist and you can play any of the wizards at a high rate, like Kano or Cilio, it's probably good for your local meta. Because you have to assume 25% of the room's going to be Florian. At least that's where it is for me. And I've talked to other people where they're just like, yeah, the top 8, there's 3 Florians, 4 Florians. So maybe Gravy's
Yeah.
actually the best pick if you just spent time playing it for the last like couple months. But
Yeah, I wouldn't pick it up for like week 1 of ProQuest
No.
if you haven't played the deck before. Deck
Yeah.
is very hard, but if you've been playing Gravy, it's still very good. Still a great meta for it. They took away some of your tools for keeping up with aggro decks, but it's not like it's unwinnable, and you still beat the crap out of the slow decks. So, deck is
I mean,
still very, very good.
I mean, honestly, I would bring Kano so fast your head would spin. But I have to get LL points on Marlin. Someone's got to. Sam's already said he's going to come and spend the night with me just to go to ProQuest with me. Oh, that's, I'm living the dream.
Dude, that's a vibe. That's a vibe.
Right?
Which ones? Which ones?
I think it's
They're the very end of ProQuest season. I've got them on the calendar. I think.
November 1st and 2nd, by any chance?
Yes, they are.
am I hearing a
Prince?
cuddle puddle?
It sounds like you might be. Hang on, let me grab my sheet.
Oh my god, dude, we could do an IRL podcast?
IRL Breakpoints.
So I don't know what you guys have, but the closest one to me on the 1st is Star City Games in Roanoke.
Yes.
And then the other one is House of Cards in Winston-Salem on the 2nd. It's the 2 I have on my list. Yo, dog, are the 3 of us about to hit to back to back?
I'm hopeful I won't need to go down by that point, but if I do still need to, I will be there.
Ooh,
It
very
depends on
relevant
what Zach
question.
brings. If Zach's playing Lyath, he will definitely be at my house that weekend, so you can come down and hang out with us.
See, thanks, Taylor. So, very important question from chat. Who gets the big spoon and the cuddle
Oh,
puddle?
Sam. This is definitely Sam.
Sam.
It's
I
like,
like
not
it.
even a doubt. It's like, who? Whenever I hang out with Sam, I'm just like,
It's so accurate, though.
uppies.
It's so accurate. Have either of you guys considered going to the 10K in Pittsburgh that weekend?
I remember looking at that. What weekend is that?
It's that same weekend I'm talking about.
Uh,
It's right outside of Pittsburgh. It's called the Green Tree.
The camping
Trees-
one?
yeah, I
Sports
probably
card
will
10K.
if I don't need a PQ win still. Then I probably will, to be honest. That's where all my family's from. It'd be a real easy one for me.
My in-laws are right outside of Pittsburgh, so I'm like thinking about going and staying with them for the weekend.
Are we the same person?
Dude, it feels like it. Did we just become best friends? Like,
No, but like that's a Hopefully we all win like week 1 and week 2 and we don't have to figure this out. We're just all in Pittsburgh together.
yeah, that
Exactly.
would be the ideal situation, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, I really don't want to play any ProQuest. I actually am not able to play the first week of ProQuest. I'm going on a golf tournament with my brother. So I'm actually going to be letting Matt W. and Aaron win the ProQuest or whoever wants to here.
I see. You're going to let all the sweats get out of the way first, huh?
Yeah, I don't want to have to deal with that.
The first
Well,
week of
actually-
ProQuest is our local ProQuest, and I'm missing it as well, so I get it. I understand.
No, that's
I'm just gonna do the really popular thing that I do where I top 8 and I just start begging everybody. Please, let me have it, please.
I want to go to Yokohama so bad.
Oh,
Dude,
please.
All you had to do was, Razor reflex me in top 8, and then you just begged your way right to the win after that. It was perfect.
It's really easy too. You're like,
Hey, dude.
are you going? No. Please, just one
We
time.
just learned Taylor's strategy.
Oh.
Taylor
This
is
is
smart.
true. If you're not going to Yokohama, you do get to just play as all the PQs that you want to, which is nice.
I am 110% not going to Yokohama, which is why I'm debating just skipping PQs and just going to Pittsburgh that weekend, because it's just higher potential EV. I mean,
Oh, for sure.
It'd be
spend-
great testing.
for Worlds, exactly. I mean, because I spent
Yeah.
2.5 hours in the car going to Roanoke, there and back. Then the next morning, spent 3.5 hours in the car there and back going to Winston-Salem.
Just stay here, dog. I am
I'm-
literally in Winston-Salem.
I might just drive from Roanoke to Winston-Salem and then just crash at your place if we do ProQuest. I might.
Dude, I'm just saying, an IRL episode with
Dog.
the boys. Some
I'll bring the
beers.
microphones. I'll bring the microphones. I'm in.
I have a camera.
It's perfect, dude. Dude, we could record this on somebody's phone. Can't like
We could
phone
record on someone's
qualities are
bed.
so
Wait.
good.
Wait.
Yo.
Oh,
Go
never mind.
on.
Never mind.
Yeah, we're gonna run a poll. Next episode on Taylor's bed, yes or no?
Oh man.
Oh,
So-
that'd be incredible.
That sounds like a pretty good time, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Oh yeah.
So, will Florian LL? Let's talk about this for like a minute. I want to talk about. Do you think Florian will LL? And if not, how does that change before Worlds? Even if Kano LLs. I'm not
What's
going to
the
say
percent?
KOLLs.
What's the percent?
18%.
That feels really likely to me.
You think so?
Yeah, that feels like I am loath to say that we might be in a situation where Florian is like 980 as we enter Worlds. One of those bad boys.
You're basically saying that the best mid-range deck in the format has to win a fifth of all the things.
That's it. That's it.
I mean, if you told me to bet on it, I'm slamming the over on 1,000 LL points.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
Part 2. Does Lyath get better if Florian leaves?
Better? Yeah, sure.
you piece of shit.
Are we talking like 39, 40%er?
I hate you. I hate you
Oh, no.
so much. I hate you so much.
I'm just here to keep you humble, buddy.
Oh, yeah, thanks, man.
Chad's
Humble.
like, humble, yeah, dude.
You have to say that like I was arrogant about winning with Lyath at all. We had an old live stream. And I had to look into the camera and say, I feel like it's getting better.
Oh,
Keep me
It
humble.
hurts.
no.
God,
The-
you better sleep
the
with one
audio
eye open
users
if I
here.
stay at your damn house.
For the audio listeners on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, he is currently punching a wall and crying in his camera.
I think he literally just put his forehead through the wall. Watch out.
Oh my god.
God.
I don't know if the headband is red or if that's just blood on his forehead anymore. It's getting crazy.
Oh my God. At this point, like it's probably just like melting into me. Well, one color now.
You know what my favorite part is? Is that after this, you still have like 15 more hours of streaming. And I'm going to set an alarm on my phone that when you start playing Lyath games, it's going to wake me up, even if it's like 3 o'clock at night. I just got to come in and just start typing in chat until your wife bans me or something for the night.
Until Carly times you out.
Yeah. Yeah, like you're easy to find, buddy. I do this from the bottom of my heart.
Listening to a Flesh and Blood competitive podcast and one of the hosts is streaming Road to Worlds on Lyath.
Ah!
Shaking my... We need
Jesus
to change
Christ.
the name of this episode to Roast Zach Alive episode. Is like what we need to change it to. Jesus.
I think you just came up with the title for the episode. Good work.
Oh yeah.
Do you know like have the thumbnails that like that? I'd be like, you hurt Zach this week.
Oh, amazing, amazing.
Oh, it's incredible. Oh, boys.
It's gonna be so funny when I'm streaming and not Lyath on Monday.
Actually, that would be 100% banger. That would be 100. Wait, but the thing is, though, you just never mention it. Don't even say the word Lyath.
No,
And just like ignore
You just put
everybody
it in,
that
like,
brings it up.
Yeah.
You know how you have the thumbnails for your streams every week that you post like upcoming stream at 7 p.m. You just have like "Come to Jesus" at the top, and you're like there like praying.
It's so perfect. It's so
Hands
perfect.
on your shoulder. Come, my child.
Oh,
Teach
hey,
you how to
Kevin,
play.
what's up?
Yeah. So, I love it. What else? Do we think any of the new heroes are gonna fit in any of at this point? I'm sorry, I'm just reading the clip notes, dog. Look.
No, you're fine.
No, I'm staring right at Zach.
We've covered plenty of topics. I also wanted to open it up if chat has questions. Now is time to kind of chime in so we can talk to you guys a little bit. But we'll talk about this last topic real quick before we actually start just talking with chat for a little bit, I think. If we're talking about if Florian LL's how it changes, right? That's where we are now. I think Cindra actually loses some equity. I think Cindra's like a good pick right now, but in Florian LLs, I think that isn't a good thing for her. Earth is still probably pretty good. I think it opens the door for KO a little bit better. I don't know how much exactly, but I think it's it's losing one of its bad matchups, and it's letting a lot of other Dirtler decks into the matchup, and I think KO does pretty well into Dirtly decks. That is until people figure out that RKO is just Florian too.
I mean, I don't know. Like Florian leaving the metagame, I think, like hitting LL just opens it up for another mid-range deck to take its place. If I'm being
Bolton.
honest, like I don't think that there's any like crazy changes. Like you still have Earth in the format, and like you still have other heroes that can play it. So you're probably just like leaning into another deck that mid-range as well. So I don't know. Like
RKO could take a spot, honestly.
That's what I'm
I
saying. Yeah.
firmly
Yeah.
believe that. Firmly believe that.
The deck
Especially
gets
if
like
you had like a switchboard where you swapped into like a much more defensive plan if you needed to. Like I think that's something that could happen very, very much so.
All right. So I guess we can address it immediately. I think Cap Mello asking if assassins can make their way back in. This is definitely one of the ways. If Florian LL's Mario looks way better, I think that deck is like only gravy is it a dog to at that point. It's like very good in the meta. It eats up Cindra. I think you still beat up Verdance. Verdance is not fast or as defensive as Florian is. You have to deal with face perg anymore. I don't know. You guys have any other thoughts on like assassins making their way back into the meta past that?
I think Slippy is completely unplayable, and I was wrong in every regard regarding that. I think Slippy is almost a deck that, like, if you register, you are just punching yourself in the legs instead of playing Mario. I think Mario is just doing better numbers, better disruption, harder to predict without bonds. Because the bond sidestep is what made Slippy so good, and without it, like, I thought personally it was gonna just be like a, oh well, that kind of sucks. But now that I've played probably 40 games of Slippy post bonds, it's like I can just no block it in many decks, and it's just like I just lose because they just outmath me from there.
I think I thought the same thing about Slippy. Like I think that I thought the deck was going to
Yeah.
land on its feet in some capacity, and
Nope.
the deck is
Oh, it
just
didn't.
dead. Like somebody tagged me in a comment today about 0 copies making day 2 in Shizuka, like on one of my older videos, and I was like, okay, so this didn't age very well, like clearly.
Oh yeah, no,
Um,
I'm the same boat as you. I thought it'd be like mid B or high B, and I think it's like mid C. I think I'd rather register like Volta, honestly. Like I think I have more game as Volta than I do Slippy right now.
Yeah. Honestly.
It's
I
bad.
mean,
All right. How do you guys feel about Dio this PQ season?
If you've
I
been
would.
playing Dio for a while, I think it's a great pick because like you have to navigate the Earth matchups really, really, really well. I mean, you still have to have some competence into Gravy because they can fatigue you if they play perfect. I mean, that is a thing, or they can just kill you. I mean, trust me,
Yeah.
I'm seeing them just killing people too. But it's like if you are a Dio specialist or someone that really enjoys Dio, it is not a bad pick in my mind. You just have to be fully aware and have a good straight game plan into Florian and into Verdance. I
I
think
will
those are the
jump.
two. Okay.
I'll jump in on that Grady bit for the Dio matchup. It used to be that matchup revolved entirely around resolving chum as many times as possible, really. And
Mhm.
if you have to resolve 2 chums, you probably won as gravy. Now that Gallo is in the meta, that card is really fucked up into Dio. It just says no boom grenades this turn. Like, that's insane.
Yeah.
It's a really big deal for the matchup. So that I'm interested to see how that kind of progresses as this meta develops. Because I agree with Taylor 100% that you have to navigate the Earth matchups really well, and they're a difficult hill to overcome. But if you can, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
With the slight caveat that I think the Gravy matchup might be a lot harder than it used to be now.
Yeah. Really? Okay. That's actually kind of terrifying. Ugh. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
like you
yeah,
can
I'm
still
thinking
do the
about it. Yeah.
aggro thing and kill it, but like the fact that you can turn off boom grenades with Gallo is kind of insane.
Yeah. And that's how you did a lot of damage into Gravy was just their missed blocks or their 2 blocks, and you get to punish them, and now you can't punish them anymore because of Gallo. Okay. It's almost like Chum 4 and 5 if you're
Exactly.
playing 2. Oh.
Exactly.
Yeah, because you get 6 value or 4 value or some nebulous number every time you activate it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, good point there. One of the decks that really fell off and that I don't think you should be bringing personally is I think Fang is actively worse than Kassai now. And
Yeah.
that's going to be, and like, I think the only thing that Fang has over Kassai is that I think he's really good into Florian. But I think the KO matchup is absolutely miserable as Fang. At least from
You
my
die so fast
yeah.
comparatively.
Yeah, and it's like a good flesh bag. Like if you're trying to like block efficiently and they just flesh bag you and then you lose your
Oh, yeah.
feelities. So you always have to like be thinking. You also have to keep extra cards to make sure you don't get flesh bag and lose on the spot. Is so relevant. So I think that match was pretty cursed. Of course, Cindra is always 50-50 because it feels like a Cindra mirror almost. And then Gravy, I think Gravy actually the Tipples I think made that matchup a little bit harder for Fang in my experience so far. Because you're a little bit more defensive and you can kind of like gain tempo back, but you're not just aggroing them down. And then of course, Verdance is like awful.
Yeah,
Just
arcane damage isn't something you deal with very well.
yeah. So I think Kassai is just a better pick going into ProQuest season. I don't know if the numbers are going to do that because I don't think Kassai is as popular as Fang is. So maybe we don't see as much wins on Kassai as Fang. But
That's
I think
crazy. You know, I never thought of it before, but I think you're right. I guess just my headcanon, because I have locals that really like Kassai, and I always see, like, the AGE always has a couple of Kassai stands that I think that it's, like, more love than it is. But I think, now that you pointed it out, I agree. I don't know why my headcanon was that, like, Kassai was more popular.
no. I think I've seen like one Kassai in the state of North Carolina.
So I think Kassai falls into that like specialist category, which I think is kind of like what you guys are getting at. Like there's so many other decks that I think people think of before that, like Gravy or Verdance or Florian or Cindra, that are just like in a better spot. So even though Kassai is a lot better than most people think it doesn't get as much love because there are other decks that people reach for first, unless you're a Kassai player.
Yeah. Yeah, I completely agree with you, and that's kind of how I'm feeling going forward.
I got an interesting one for you guys, kind of building off of a chat here. I've been hearing a lot about people hyped about Huntsman. I haven't seen it, so I don't necessarily believe it yet. But a lot of people are telling me that the ability for Huntsman to fatigue people is just like crazy now with the new card.
So I'm just going to say this, and I'm going to leave it here. I'm 2-0 against Huntsman playing Lyath. So,
discussion over. You're right.
I think that's all anybody needed.
Well, shit, that's all you had to say. I don't even want to touch the Lyath button right now. I'm like, I want to give you some time before I jump on it. So,
Dog, I promise you, there's nothing you can say that gets any worse than you telling me that Damien jumped into a game to play Riptide against me to make me feel better. I promise you, there's nothing. We cannot get any lower.
I think that really shows you how much we care about you, though.
Listen, as much as I appreciate it, all of you can go fuck yourselves.
That's been a great podcast. Thank you for watching.